Did you know that once you reach a certain age, you are actually required to take money out of your retirement accounts? Believe it or not, this is true, and it's what's known as a required minimum distribution, or an RMD for short. In this video, I'm going to cover the basics of RMDs for accounts that you own and you have contributed money to. The RMD requirements for accounts that you've inherited are a little bit more complex, and those are going to be covered in a separate video. A required minimum distribution applies to the following retirement accounts: traditional IRA, which is a pre-tax IRA, simple IRA, SEP IRA, and employer plans such as a 401k and a 403b, and we're talking about the pre-tax money in these accounts. Now, one thing that these accounts have in common is that they have pre-tax money in them. This means that the account owner has not paid income taxes on the money in the account, or at least they haven't paid just yet. The purpose of an RMD is to get pre-tax money out of the account so that the income taxes can be paid, and it prevents the account owner from never paying taxes on the money in their lifetime. So when do you have to start taking RMDs? You start taking RMDs based on how old you are. And here's a breakdown of the RMD age based on your birth year. So if you were born June 30th, 1949 or earlier, then you're looking at age 70 and a half for RMDs, and you've already started taking them. If you were born on July 1st, 1949 through and including December 31st, 1950, then your RMD age is age 72, and that's when you have to start taking RMDs. If you're born January 1st, 1951 through and including December 31st, 1959, then your RMD start date is age 73. And then finally, if you were born on January 1st, 1960 or later, then your RMD age is age 75. So for most people, they're going to start taking their RMDs around age 73 or age 75 if they have not already started taking RMDs. Now, there's another wrinkle for taking your RMD, and the current RMD rules state that your first RMD is due April 1st of the year when you reach RMD age. Your second RMD is due by December 31st following the year when you reach RMD age. This might sound a little confusing, so let's look at an example to help clear things up. If you reach age 73 in 2025, your first RMD is going to be due April 1st, 2026, and the amount is going to be based on your account balance on December 31st, 2024. Your second RMD is due by December 31st, 2026, and this is going to be based on your account balance on December 31st, 2025. The IRS calculates how much you must take each year for your RMD based on the account balance at the end of the previous year. Most of the time, you may elect to take your first RMD in the year that you turn 73 and your second RMD in the following year. However, some people may choose to wait until the following year to take their first RMD. And just remember, this means that you are taking two RMDs in 1 year. And that means your income for that year is going to increase by the amount of your two RMDs combined. Now, you might be wondering, can I stop taking RMDs? And the answer is no. Once you have started taking your RMDs, you will continue taking them for the rest of your life. And based on the IRS calculation for your RMD amount, you will be required to take out a greater percentage of the account each additional year that you live. An important factor to know is that there are penalties if you do not take your RMD out in time. These penalties are for not taking the full amount required for the year that your RMD was due, and they can range anywhere between 10 to 25% of the amount that you failed to withdraw. So in summary, the main things you can take away from this video are required minimum distributions apply to certain retirement accounts, traditional IRA, pre-tax IRAs, SEP IRAs, simple IRAs, and employer plans such as a 401k and a 403b. RMDs are distributions that you take from your retirement account when you reach a certain age. And remember, RMDs are based on your age and when you were born. There are also various rules and calculations that must be applied when you're taking your RMDs. And then finally, once you start taking your RMDs, you cannot stop them. Now that you know the basics about RMDs, go check out our YouTube channel for more content on RMDs and other personal finance topics. As a reminder, this video is provided for educational purposes only. It is not intended to provide advice specific to your situation.